Nonz, the meaning of Deathwire, in depth and unscoped. This is the best part about Nonz, because one thing that you're not missing in Deathwire is that it's based off the Akatsuki group in Naruto. And the most distinguishable thing about, Deathwire, to the Akatsuki is the Nonz version of the Akatsuki. And yes, Zofia was a part of it, but he tried to kill Mandy and they kicked him out. And much like the Akatsuki, the uniform from Deathwire is not just based off the Bay Area group Livewire, it's based off the Akatsuki cloak as a whole. Their colors are orange and green, and they're based off literally the actual Livewire logo. And the specific part about it is Madison's Deathwire uniform is black and white because he's based off Mandy if she was the Grim Reaper. Now, there are many Deathwire members, but they're specifically the top 10 that I'm going to talk about in this video in depth. So pay attention, this is the most informative video of Nonz. So let's start off with the top 3, which is the hot topic, which is Jit, Madison, and for now, Kanabi, Kito's dad. What you don't know about Deathwire is that it's based off Flow, severely Flow, back when I was listening to Shane Nate in high school. Now, here's the dealio with Jit. Jit is Gabaya's older brother, and what he is he's the strongest Murioto in terms of projectiles, even though Damo and Babylon are way stronger. Jit is the most unique one because he's the one who shoots out mood fire. And if you don't know how the story goes, is the Murioto family chose Gabaya to be a chosen one, literally, and Jit, who's based off Radz and Tachi, literally ran away from the Murioto family, and then he joined Deathwire. Now, how Deathwire starts is, pretty intense and pretty unique. Above all, anime, antagonists, I feel like, these guys, definitely hit the cake. So, let's go on to literally what makes Jit so, powerful and so strong. So, first of all, literally, in the series, he's a reoccurring, spy villain that goes in and out, much like the real Itachi in, Naruto. And what ends up happening is Jit becomes so strong, literally, that, spoiler warning, that Boomer and Gabaya have to take him down in Nonz times 2. And what makes him so devious and so cool is the fact that he is less stronger than Zofio, but he comes to the Zofio complex and he goes in and out. And what ends up happening throughout the series is Jit proves himself over and over and over again. So let's get down to Jit versus Kekko. The very first chapter, the very first fight before Big Al is, Jit versus Kaku. And Kaku is based off Kamina from Gurren Lagann. He's a guy, literally, with NC hammer pants like Zabuza, literally, that fights with his feet that are based off ice skaters. And he tries to fight Jit, and Jit and Kekko's backstory goes like this. Jit and Kekko used to be in the same junior basketball team in Bayaki City, and they used to be both Bayaki Fighters, and they used to be, the same level on the same team. So, literally, Jit versus Kaku happens, and Jit's so badass that he ends it with the mood rain. And what ends up happening afterwards is that we figured out about Deathwire. Now, Deathwire is, planned by many members. And Madison, oh my god, don't get me started about Madison, because he is the strongest in Deathwire in terms of summoning and abilities. So Madison, just like Billy and Mandy, goes like this. What Madison does is he can, summon people from the dead that are based off Billy and Mandy characters like, Dracula. So he summons, a black butler named Dracula. Literally, at Frederick Burgers, he summons this retarded elephant, but that can kill you literally with his 2 fangs sticking out like Dumbo. And what ends up happening is he has an affair with Kazik, and what happens literally at Imagashi is that literally she tries to, seduce Kazik, and what ends up happening, if you're into spoilers, is that she ends up going, to twists and turns literally with Kazik, and they do, spoiler warning, have a baby named Juveri that she seduced in Imagashi. Now, if you don't want spoilers, she goes in, out with Kazik literally, and manipulates him all the way to a point where at the end of the first Nonz, before Nonz times 2, which is Naruto Shippuden of Nonz, is that Madison literally lures Kazik into a hidden layer that looks like Hades in Scar. Really Ursula and Scar, but I'm kind of fucked up at the moment. And literally, she tries to fight Kazik literally at the end of the first Nonz, and then she captures him. So literally, going on to the third member, let's back off a little bit because Kanabi is Kido's dad, and he's a glory maker, and Kanabi is based off Sasori from Naruto Shippuden. And what ends up happening over time, literally, is that we have great characters like Jabo. Jabo is based off, Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack. And Jabo is really strong. I mean, really strong to a point where, him and this guy named Jiban, who is based off Hidan from Naruto. If you don't know, Jiban is a clown. And it's Jiban the clown and Jabo the samurai, who is Zap's older brother if you keep watching. So Jabo is Zap's older brother, Lily. And so Jabo, Lily, and Kanabi go to fight, Deimo in Babylon and Imagashi. And Jiban is so strong. I mean, he's so strong that he's connected to Kido and his fear of clowns. So there's Jabo, there's Jit, there's Kanabi, there's Madison. And it gets even worse. I mean, even worse going down the line. Because what ends up happening in Deathwire, first off, we don't know how Deathwire started. Let's start off with the leader. The leader is Doom, and Doom is based off Pain and Naruto, with his partner who can control diamonds, which I still don't have a name for. Back when I made it in high school, who's an angel, who's based off Angel from Fairy Tail. So Doom is rolling with an angel. Pain is rolling with an angel, basically in Nonz. And Doom's bandana. So if you don't know, if you haven't seen Doom yet, Doom wears a bandana. It's based off Tupac's bandana, and he's there since the beginning of time. So yes, Doom was in the preload along with Slim Fade and all the others. So what ends up happening to Madison, literally, back in the day when Zofio killed her, is that she goes to, a medieval world. Not a medieval world, but actually that's the evil world, this underworld that's held downstairs. And she ends up talking to a Rastafarian spirit that looks like Grim with dreadlocks, literally, and he said that I can only bring you back if you join the side of evil. And so she got possessed, and that's how Madison became who she is today. And then there's this one character named Bloom. Bloom is based off Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Bloom, this Blue went in, that's it. And he's a blob. He's a blob that can basically do anything. And if you read further in the manga, Bloom literally can summon tsunamis. And now we have, Jiban, because Jiban is Bloom's partner, and Jiban is a clown who's based off the insane clown posse. So what Jiban does is he contributes to how the story is continuing, because literally, eventually Kido is gonna have to face his fear and take on Jiban. Literally, along with Kanabi, who fights, Tito and Beta in the beginning of Nonz Times 2. And Jiban can summon little toy cars along with little teeth that, spaz out. And he can summon toys just like Kanabi. So they are connected, they are heavily connected in Nonz. So it goes from, Blue, Jit, Kanabi, and now we have Hustlon. Hustlon is based off the Bay Area rapper Hustler.